January 2021 costs. A little bit late because of a bit of a delay with Octopus on their Agile tariff when I had my smart meters changed, but in January we had a cost of £224.29, and that was for 2,188 kilowatt hours. We spent £27.53 of putting energy into the car, so travelling the 424 miles, which is 6.4 pence per mile, and we only manage 1.5 miles per kilowatt hour that we put into the cars, but that's due to the cold weather. The costs from Agile were really high, so we only have an average cost per kilowatt hour from what we pull from the grid of 11 pence. And when you include the very little amount that we generated from solar, that brought the average price down to 10.6 pence per kilowatt hour. On January the 1st, we had a cost of £11.82, and that was for 106.12 kilowatt hours, and 106.12 kilowatt hours is the most we pulled from the grid in one day all through January, and we had an average cost of 11.4 pence per kilowatt hour. On January the 2nd of on the 2nd of January, we had a cost of £9.83, and that was for 76.21 kilowatt hours, and an average cost of 12.9 pence per kilowatt hour, so still really high costs from Octopus Agile. On Sunday the 3rd of January, we had a cost of £7.20 for 69.14 kilowatt hours, with an average cost of 10.42 pence per kilowatt hour. And on Monday the 4th of January, we had a cost of £9.92 for 87.71 kilowatt hours, with an average cost of 11.31 pence per kilowatt hour. And you'll notice we're jumping to the 9th of January now, and that's because the data was missing before my old smart meter was removed for the new one. So Octopus Energy have actually not charged me at all for the 5th, the 6th, the 7th and the 8th of January. So Saturday the 9th of January, we had a cost of £7.73 for 60.44 kilowatt hours, with an average cost of 12.78 pence per kilowatt hour. On Sunday the 10th of January, we had a cost of £8.50 for 63.07 kilowatt hours, with an average cost of 13.48 pence per kilowatt hour, and that's getting quite close to the average cost per kilowatt hour in the UK. So Agile prices are really high, and that's despite missing not using any energy between the hours of 4 and 7 p.m. On Monday the 11th of January, we had a cost of £9.46, so again we'll just keep on pounding in the high costs due to the higher Agile rates, and this really shows how expensive it is to run electric heating at home on any kind of standard variable rate. So on Monday the 11th of Jan, we had a cost of £9.46 for 78.92 kilowatt hours, with an average cost of 11.99 pence per kilowatt hour. On Tuesday the 12th of January, we had a cost of £5.56 for 38.42 kilowatt hours, so I managed to cut the boiler use down to a minimum on January the 12th, with an average cost of 14.21 pence per kilowatt hour, and that again, that's just down to the high Agile rates, as you can see from the pink line in the graph. On Wednesday the 13th of January, it got worse despite having the lowest cost of the whole month of £4, but we only pulled 27 kilowatt hours from the grid, and that's because we had the high Agile rates again, and we had a cost of so we had an average cost of 14.81 pence per kilowatt hour. The prices came down a bit on the Thursday the 14th of January of £5.66 for 41.56 kilowatt hours, and that was an average cost of 13.61 pence per kilowatt hour. But we did rely on the Tesla Powerwall to get through the really high costs. On Friday the 15th of January, we had a cost of £8.11. That was for 59.8 kilowatt hours, with an average cost of 13.56 pence per kilowatt hour. Again, relying heavily midday on the Tesla Powerwall. On Saturday the 16th of January we had a cost of £9.84, but that was for 92.78 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 10.6 pence, so still high costs but a lot lower than what they have been. On Sunday the 17th of January we had a cost of £9.23, that was for 92.5 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 9.97 pence per kilowatt hour. On Monday the 18th of January we had a cost of £8.23 for 65.46 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 12.57 kilowatt hours, so the high average cost is really evident still from Octopus Agile. On Tuesday the 19th of January we had a cost of £6.66 for 56.53 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 11.77 pence per kilowatt hour. On Wednesday the 20th of January we had a cost of £6.85 for 59.18 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 11.57 pence per kilowatt hour. On Thursday the 21st of January we actually had the lowest average cost per kilowatt hour, but it did cost us £7.43 for 82.89 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 8.96 pence per kilowatt hour. On Friday the 22nd of January we had a cost of £6.97 for 55.68 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 12.51 pence per kilowatt hour. On Saturday the 23rd of January we had a cost of £10.23 for 82.25 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 12.44 pence per kilowatt hour. On Sunday the 24th of January we had a cost of £9.71 for 71.91 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 12.4 pence per kilowatt hour. Sorry, that was 13.51 pence per kilowatt hour. On Monday the 25th of January we had a cost of £10.37 for 83.17 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 12.47 pence per kilowatt hour. On Tuesday the 26th of January I had the most expensive day of January, which was £13.14, but that was for 100.9 kilowatt hours, and that was an average cost of 13.03 pence per kilowatt hour, so that would have been a really cold day when the boiler was on, charging the cars, etc. On Wednesday the 27th of January we had a cost of £8.92 for 75.36 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 11.84 pence per kilowatt hour. And on Thursday the 28th of January we had a cost of £6.11 for 59.1 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 10.34 pence per kilowatt hour. And again, this is all because the electric boiler is running and of the high Octopus Agile rates. The rates are still a lot lower than what a standard variable rate would be, so how people are expected to run electric heating at home is beyond me. But on Friday the 29th of January we had a cost of £6.46 for 71.62 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 9.02 pence per kilowatt hour. Saturday the 30th of Jan we had a cost of £8.19 for 79.38 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 10.32 pence per kilowatt hour. And on Sunday the 31st of January we had a cost of £7.56 for 70.29 kilowatt hours with an average cost of 10.75 pence per kilowatt hour, and that's how we got to the price of £224.29 through January. But when you take into account we're driving on that as well, maybe it's not so bad. But as usual, thanks for watching. If you've got any comments or questions, please add it to the section below, and please like and subscribe.